Pretty much everyone who's even slightly interested in the Final Fantasy VII Remake has probably seen the trailer that came out of the PlayStation experience, especially since it was the first look at the gameplay and critically the combat. People have of course been a bit concerned about what Square were going to do with the combat, considering they've come out straight and said that it's not just going to be Final Fantasy VII again, but with prettier graphics. And well, we got a glimpse of them in the trailer, and it looks promising, but it's really hard to tell, and the change from turn-based, at least in the trailer, has undoubtedly set some concerns rolling for some people. And now there's been some comments from Yoshinori Kitase in a video which I will put in the description below with a link. And he said some rather interesting things, namely, quotes, "The hardware itself has evolved since the release of Final Fantasy VII, and the games are more real and more real-time based. The previous Final Fantasy VII was a command-based RPG that utilised active time battle. Real-time and GMC are the trends these days. I can't say the new game is completely action-based, but it has more of that element and real-time than the previous game. However, what makes Final Fantasy VII and RPGs different from other games is that the players have the ability to choose weapons, capabilities and magic to be strategic-minded. So while the new game has more real-time elements, it will also maintain that strategy building element, balancing these two factors perfectly to enhance the gaming experience. The game is still in development, and we've not fully grasped all the abilities of and upgrades made to PlayStation 4. The graphics are superb on PlayStation 4, and more polygon volume is available to make it better. The way we harnessed the power of the PlayStation 4 was to maintain the graphic quality of characters like Cloud, Tifa and Aerith in the movie called Advent Children in our game, and this was the starting point. So what we're aiming for with the Final Fantasy VII Remake is to have the same quality of these characters in real time while playing the game, and this is only achievable with PlayStation 4. So what he means by this, well, it's kind of a guessing game. It's obviously going to have the real-time elements in it that we saw in the trailer, which to me looked more like Kingdom Hearts and less like Final Fantasy 15. But of course, it's really hard to judge from like literally a minute's worth of combat. Just judging by the menu in the bottom left, it looked kind of Kingdom Heartsy. It could even be a mix of Kingdom Hearts style that we saw in like BBS and of course Dream Drop Distance, and of course what we've seen in the Final Fantasy 15 demo. Or it could be more like the demo, I don't know. It's impossible to tell from literally tiny little snippets. It could be that there's an option to have turn-based stuff as well, or maybe that just you would be able to switch weapons, magic and so on in-game, kind of like they did with the Paradigm system, but hopefully not as terrible. That would be great. People are definitely going to be keeping close eyes on this one, not only because Final Fantasy VII was a classic, you know, they want to keep the theme and the feel of that classic experience while of course modernising it. They're not going to have the old turn-based combat anymore, they flat out said that, but people are definitely going to be watching what they do with great interest, and well, the moves that they're making might upset some people, or it might not, but it definitely seems that we're getting a more real-time base, which makes me happy, but if you liked the turn-based combat, probably won't. I'd like to hear some thoughts from you guys though. What would you like to see them do? And that includes, you know, going back to the traditional combat, or maybe even have an option to go back to that in the game. I mean, I doubt that will happen, but we're dreaming here. We're talking hopes. So let me know what they are. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.